You know, working with 3D character in these days is so challenging. You need to do a rigging, animation and simulation, including hair, cloth and muscle. And all this topic required a different setup and so annoying and time consuming, bro. So we don't have any unified system to simplify this nonsense. So in this video, I have a solution and we will try to simplify this stuff for you. Okay, let's begin.
Cover the map and still ain't know where you can find me at. Journey through the mind of an insomniac. I ain't never sleep, staying ready, keep an eye out for the fakes. For the snakes, load a clip and I'ma pull it, something shakes. Never go to battle if you plan to lose. Life a game of chess, you gotta plan the moves. Middle fingers up, I'm not a fan of rules. Fighting for the right to live in peace and not like animals.
Hi everyone, this is Dyson. Welcome back. In this channel we are trying to do cool stuff in simple yet a clever way without any complexity, honestly, especially in these days. Yeah. So without further ado, let's begin. So as you know us, we have an amazing digital asset in our website, you see. So in this video I will show you one of them. So let's say we have this mocap data. I captured that with MoveAi app on my iPhone. And yeah, oh boy, we have a messy room I need to clean up. So with that, this is our animation imported by FBX, and the digital asset I talk about called MocaX. And as you can see, we can do foot locking. This is the known issue in mocap data, and we can do hand animation. This is hard thing to do with single eye. And as you can see, I have this character, for example. I paint that character with Paint X, our digital asset, and I rig it with Miximo. And this is inspired by Virgil from DMC, Devil May Cry. And it seems someone noticed that. Yeah, so cool, bro. I didn't know that. And as you can see, with this digital asset, we can retarget our MoveAi skeleton with Miximo, for example. This is simple stuff, you see, just with one click without any technical stuff. And of course you can add prop and asset easily. For example, this katana, I can just select the joint and boom, it will attach to it. And of course you can manipulate the position and the rotation, you see, without any complexity. And this is the simple setup, and this is our animation. And of course you can add physics like this one. You can make your character fly with ragdoll, and you can do this amazing animation transition and all cool stuff. We talk about that in this video. So it seems you guys liked it and purchased that, as you can see. So I want to thank these amazing people on our website. Thank you guys, you made my journey so delightful. So in this video we will talk about the next version of MocaX, MocaX 0.3. You see, the animation needs a secondary movement. I'm not talking about anticipation or overlapping principle. No, I'm talking about simulation. For example, if we had a cloth simulation, that would be awesome. In matter of fact, we had that in this release. You see, we have our character, but the problem is our cloth is deforming with the animation. This is not cool. So we're gonna split that. As you can see, we have the cloth, and now we're gonna create our MocaX 0.3. And as you can see, we have a new cloth tab. And with that, of course, we can do something like this. You see, that's amazing. And we have this pin to animation. You can pin your group to your animation. This is amazing, just with one click. And of course, in this geometry, I will use that as a collision to collide this cloth. And of course, now we have cache system. As you can see, you can cache that internally. And you see, this is the result. Man, this cloth simulation will add more appealing to this animation. And this is the whole animation with the cloth, you see? That's so cool. And of course you can apply external force. For example, we have this simulation created by SparkX. We have smoke and particle. So we can dive in MocaX, and as you can see, this is the volume force, and we can pop it back to that. We can add our velocity simulation to this animation. You see that in here? Boom. So far so good. If you like this kind of video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content and spread the love. Share it if you want. I will be so grateful, bro. So another annoying thing we need to do is muscle simulation. And as you may know, in Houdini muscle system, it's so annoying to do, honestly. We talk about that in this video. You see, we have all these nodes set up from muscle, bone, tissue, skin, and deforming. All that, it's so time consuming, to be honest. So in this release, we try to simplify this workflow and add it to MocaX. Let me show you. So this is the famous capybara, as you can see, with the animation and without any muscle simulation. Now we're gonna create MocaX, and as you can see, we have this new muscle system, and the first input is animated geometry or geometry. And the first thing you need to do, determine the bone underneath the muscle. And the second thing, paint your muscle using Franken muscle, just with this paint mask. You see, I am painting this area, and we're gonna show you how we can turn that to the muscle. And as you can see, we have this area as a Franken muscle, and you can determine the threshold. And with that simple setup, we have muscle simulation. You see, this is the normal jiggling muscle. You see, that's so cool. And of course, you can add a muscle to this area, for example, the belly and the chest. And of course, everything will update it. That's so hilarious. Yeah, you see, this is a simple setup, and you have muscle system. And of course, this is so easy to transfer to your original mesh without any complex setup. Just, I want to show you how much that easy. Just listen. Done. You see, this is your muscle system or muscle simulation applied to your original mesh. You see? Wow, that's amazing. Simple. Honestly, we need that in these days. It will embrace the creativity more and more. So this is the normal muscle. What about flexing the muscle? Yeah, I need to hit the gym, honestly. So this is the flexing. So as you can see, we have flexing option here, as you can see, and let me show you without any animation. And of course, we can control this flexing normally with this intensity parameter. And let me do this equation. It will give us back and forth between 1 and 0. And as you can see, it's manually flexing. Of course, you can activate your flex with the movement. We call it tension line. They call it tension line. And as you can see, we can select a point source and point target, and it will create this line, a tension line. And if we animate this character, so based on the length of this line, it will going to flex. And of course, we're gonna do a lot of improvement in this section, tension line, and we're gonna make it better in the future releases, of course. After that, you can have your tissue and skin pass without any headache and extra setup. You see, you can enable the tissue here, and boom, you have tissue pass. And of course, you can adjust this skin underneath. And of course, all that we talk about that in this video. And you see, we have our tissue pass now. You see, it will add an extra layer of simulation. Wow, it's so amazing with tissue pass. And of course, you can have your skin pass if you want, but it's not necessary in most situations, to be honest. And after that, of course, you can transfer your animation just with one click to output, and you can subdivide that, and you can have this cool simulation with muscle system. You see, it's so easy, believe me. I love working with that. And of course, we have many features added in this release. For example, retime future. And as you can see, you can retime your animation based on the curve. So that's so cool, to be honest. It's so handy. And of course, we added animation transition with mask. You can change the animation in certain area instead of the whole skeleton. So yeah, this is MocaX 0.3. We're gonna make it better and better in every version, as I promised. So if you're interested, the link in the description. If you purchase that, it's yours for the lifetime without any licensing, of course. And you can subscribe to Champion Tier to test all these digital assets before you purchase that. So with that, I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.